you mentioned yung mga help ng LGU. Was there a time in the pageant na schedule na pinauwi kayo ng Binibining Pilipinas so that you can get in touch with your LGUs and ask for support for them? Kasi I think parang there was a lull in the activities that the press were not aware of. So was that helpful? Yung oras na yun kasi based from what I hear from you is kung wala talaga yung LG na sumusuporta, there is going to be a difficulty in what do you call this in getting the support that you need.
Yep.
Yeah. So when was that? Somewhere around May or earlier pa?
For I think it depends. For me, it was really the sign that I needed before I even passed my application. I didn't even want to start if it meant that I wasn't going to carry out everything that I wanted to do. So as early as March or February, when was application passing? Probably March.
Yeah.
Like a week before application passing was when I was like, okay, if I can find someone who kind of believes in me and is willing to back me just a little bit, then that's the final push that I need to go after my dream. So I did mine before the journey started because I also wanted to know how I could budget what my limit was going to be basically for the entire journey. So I was like, okay, I know how to budget and where I'm going to use the money for. So I did mine even before legal interviews and everything. But again, I think it varies from woman to woman.
Same with her before application.
Before applications.
You know what? Kasi a lot of audience watching us right now are commending and commenting at the same time, saying na it's easy for bashers to just say, wala kayong pinaghirapan na nagaganda nyo lang. Now they're learning kung ano yung pinagdaanan nyo, kung magkano ginastos na talaga hindi to basta-basta. So, do you say that it's really a team effort for your teams and everything?
Absolutely. I don't want to speak, of course, for them, but I don't think any of us would have been able to achieve what we have achieved if it wasn't for the people behind us. I mean, we each have our respective visions for our journey, but it's hard to bring that to life if you're just one person, right? So, absolutely, the creatives that back us, hands down to them. They really dedicate so much.
From the time that you have imagined yourself being a Binibining Pilipinas queen to the time to now, how long was it?
For me, 10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
So how young were you? You were like 18?
I was 18. I was 18. Yeah.
I would like to also add that we really wouldn't be here without everyone. So to continue what
go for it.
Atigat was saying, I really want to thank Binibini also, like the organization, Sir Hernandez. Their insights on everything for me personally, like my journey as a first timer was hard, okay? It was really hard, but a lot of weight was taken off my shoulders because of their help, because of their guidance. And Binibini is truly a place that I'm really grateful to be a part of, a platform that I'm excited to. It's very nice to roll it. I'm really excited.
She's a
softie.
Iyakin ka pala.
Yeah. So I would cry a lot in front of the Binibini org because I'm really so grateful for them. They really made me feel safe throughout my journey as a first timer.
So through Binibini, you metamorphosed from Dahlia to a Binibining queen.
I'm sorry?
From Dahlia, you have metamorphosed to becoming a Binibining Pilipinas queen.
Yeah, it's like
You learned a lot from their insights.
Yeah.
We tell them that when you embark on your Binibining journey, get ready because you will be unpacking the very best versions of yourself.
That is so true.
Absolutely.
Ate Kat tells me this too, that I'm really gonna enjoy this. But and I remember she was also said before that we had a conversation with My Daily Collagen, and the question that was asked to you that really stuck. That really stuck to me was, would you ever give up your crown if you were experiencing any mental health issues?
Because of like the organization that you were affiliated with.
Because there was emphasis on that, and then her answer was like, it really touched my heart because your experience here is really inspiring me to just. You know what I mean? It's like I really listen. I really listen to those that came before me, especially like my seniors, pageant seniors.
Senior?
Not senior,
Ladies.
you know
The
what I mean?
teacher beside you, right?
Exactly. It's like I have the best. Like we all have the best people behind us. Our queen, our second queen, our our organization. It's like really, it's really a beautiful place to be here.
Ladies, can I ask an animated question? A light question? Because we've been talking about money for the past 30 minutes already.
Do you know what?
So let's make it a bit lighter. I want to ask, sige, all four of you, sino yung inaasahan yung manalong Miss International nung Sunday night? I asked this question because, Katrina, you're caught on cam saying, when Annabelle was on Miss Globe, wow, sabi niyo, wow, Miss Globe siya. So, at that moment, so who do you think you were expecting to win Globe and International? And Annabelle, why were you so emotional when you got crowned Miss Globe? Were you expecting not to be called for that title? And then for Dalia and for Dalia and Kathleen, if not you, who were you expecting to win the top title during that night?
I would like to answer first because that's like three questions at once. So let's start with the
Si
first
Katrina
question.
muna. Yung parang what was the context of, wow,
Yeah.
Globe siya.
There was nothing like bad about there was no like mean intention behind
yeah, I
it. I
know.
just wanna put that out there. I was just very surprised the Globe shot. Of course, like I knew that you were eyeing International. I knew that she was a good fit for any of the crowns. I mean, she's Annabelle McDonald, right? Like hello.
Yeah.
So like right, it's like
Can we talk about the
Right.
status
Like, we already know
that
what
these
she's
women
capable
have?
of, yeah. So-
And like, okay.
I would no exactly. That's in a nutshell, right? She's Annabelle
So you were
McDonald.
shocked, like,
You were shocked.
Globe lang siya, parang gano'n.
Pero parang
Langhan!
No,
Ikaw
no,
nagtugtong ng
no.
langhan.
pala siya.
Globe siya. Pero parang, wow, Globe siya. So parang, oh my gosh, may pag-asa pa ako. Oh my gosh.
Wow, ha? May pag-asa ka pa. Ikaw ang tinakda.
So I was like, oh my gosh, may pag-asa pa ako. So I was like, okay. Yun lang. There was nothing, like, it wasn't mean-spirited or anything. I just want to clarify that. It was really just, oh my goodness, okay, so the door's open
So-
for me.
Ako, at this point, ako naman, pili tayo. Let's ask naman our blogger friends.
Ay!
Who are actually good, diba?
Oh,
I
actually,
like that,
Pwede
Sergi.
natin gamitin
Back to
lahat.
you. Back to you.
Go! Laban!
Talagang issue na hinahanap niyo. Ha? Ano bang sagot na hinahanap niyo? Tapos isi-screenshot niyo yung parang nakatulong kami.
sige.
Charot lang.
Adam,
oh,
I will start.
I was in the,
Yes,
Yung
please.
totoo
Tapos tayo mag-
I was, ito talaga meron akong prueba. Like, coming to Araneta, maaga ko dumating. Isa ako sa mga nagbukas ng...
So sino nga?
Doors.
Interview ako ni
This is our lady guard.
Binibini Playtime and she asked me about my top 5. Silang apat yung nasa top 5.
Oh, so sino international?
International.
Si Jersey yung isa, si Jersey. yung
So
isa.
sino international
Who eventually
mo?
won Binibini Playtime.
Exactly. She's still
So-
gonna meet, yes.
So, you got it right.
Yeah, I almost got it right. No, international, itong dalawang to, so right, Dalia and Katrina, because they really look the prototype. And
Thank you.
yeah, you guys look, I'm so sorry, I know, you're asking for my honest opinion, and parang, it's about time that Binibini should go back to
Ay.
owning prototype.
Go back. What does that mean?
Tapos si Annabelle Globe. And then alam ko si Kai would still really make it far because because she's really a good ramp walker.
While we understand the concept of syempre there should be the perception is that there should be a prototype. But in this day and age, aren't we we should be shying away from prototyping, from normalizing the standard when, kasi here we are advocating all women. Miss International, di ba parang nila, all women. So, it really, we do not judge it, this is the mold. It's still performance based. It's still based on the qualifications,
Diba?
what she is. Kasi if there's a cookie cutter type na, ito yung prototype, di ba yun yung iniiwasan natin mag-prototype? Hindi ba dapat pinitignan natin, here we are asking them to be as they are, to be themselves. If we start prototyping, then they depart from who they really are.
Chika lang yun, hindi yan awarding ha. But really, I agree, Sir Ines,
Hindi natin
kasi
if she performed well that night, she deserves it. She performed well.
Kasi
You know? Go ahead.
what is the point of having a pageant and having these series of elimination rounds and
Correct.
judges when if it's already set in stone at the
Correct.
beginning, at the end of the day,
There you
diba?
are.
I don't think
Very
prototypes
good.
really exist.
Very
Pero
good.
I
Very
do
good.
and I do understand and I do believe that the judges and BPCI knows what a winner looks like and how more importantly how a winner behaves. And at the end of the day, it's more of what would fit the woman more for who she is rather than forcing somebody
Correct.
to look and act a certain way.
And-
So,
And that's why you're
Yeah.
the winner.
oh,
And
talaga ba?
prototype, di ba that would be odd? Every year? That's the
Same look.
It's like over ano yung manufacturing
Ayan,
company
yung
na.
prototype mo.
Exactly, yes.
But Adam po.
So,
Adam Elato po.
it's still based on performance, who they are, we get to know them.
Ayan.
Yeah.
Here because
Nago.
Kaya I'd always,
Nago.
kasi,
Ano?
we let them unleash who you are.
Ako iba.
well Adam,
Can I add something?
tatanong ko lang, sa galawan kong to, pupunta ba talaga ako dyan? Parang hindi naman, di ba? Kasi I don't think I'm the best fit for, I think we all ended up where we're supposed to be
Yeah.
For a
at this
reason.
point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I add something as well to the conversation? Kasi we're talking about prototypes and all, but I think hindi rin maalis din kasi sa mga pageant media that we want the international crown. So we're looking for someone who probably is the most common factor, denominator, face-wise, looks-wise, on what works on the international stage. So probably that's the mindset that even not just fans but also pageant media is looking for with the queens that
Yeah, because we have a crown race with Venezuela. So.
Yes. They have like 23, we are in 21 if I'm not mistaken. So parang habol tayo, we have that unspoken rivalry with Venezuela.
It's not unspoken, it's very clear. But then again, it's very
But we're
friendly.
more chill about it.
Yes, actually.
Okay, we're more chill about it.
I thought it was
yeah.
like a friendship thing, di ba?
I wanna know.
Venezuela. It's like a
Venezuela.
friendship thing.
Venezuela.
On surface, it
Venezuela.
is. But there's the unspoken rivalry, I believe. Anyway, I wanted to ask, this is a serious question, if you won't mind. Kasi
Tinabi niyo pa na sa akin.
napadaan may nadaan sa feed ko. I think it was a post from Debunking Pilipinas that was shared to a foreign page. And they were saying that, oh my God, happy na naman. And, diba, parang it gets tiring that the pageant media keeps on defending that this is the best that the Philippines can offer. But from you guys, I want to hear from your perspective, what really makes a Filipina? Kasi parang sa dinami ng mga intermarriages, how many years that we've been colonized by Spain, the US, even Japan for 30 years or something. Parang how do we define a Filipina beauty? Because it seems that the world around us, nakakahon yung perspective nila of what a Filipina looks like. And it feels like, it becomes like repetitive over and over that the Philippines is a melting pot of, cultures, of races, ethnicities. We have over 130 languages here in the Philippines. And
Yes.
still, parang we get stereotyped that
Why are
eto
we
lang
boxing
yung,
ourselves
yeah,
in? Yeah.
this is the only acceptable look of the Filipinos from the international perspective. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on that, opinions
Ako,
on that.
sagutin niyo yan.
Can you just whittle down the question?
How do you define a Filipina beauty?
How do you define it?
Yeah.
Tayo palaging nagsistart. Iba naman.
You want them to start?
Kayo ang magsastart.
Kayo
Oo nga.
start. What do you guys
What
think?
to you is a
Up to
Filipino
you.
beauty?
Yes, please let us know what you think.
Oo, kasi you defined it na eh.
You did na.
This is a Filipino beauty.
Yes, this is we are all
I
here.
don't
Having
think you
very
can
diverse.
describe it physically. I
You can.
feel like it's more so how we treat other people, what our goals are in life, what do we aspire to do, to be of service. That's part of our culture. That's
Yeah.
who we are as Filipinos. So I think to box ourselves in as ano ba, what is the stereotypical idea of a Filipino? That's not quite fair to
Yeah.
how much beauty is found in our country.
Yeah.
And yes, we may be mixed in terms of ethnicity, but that doesn't mean we're any less Filipina by heart.
Yeah.
And I think that's quite obvious in the way that we carry out our individual lives. Being a Filipino is something that we are very, very proud of, and that's not going to change anytime soon.
So it's not looks.
no,
It's the heart.
It's
It's
the
hard.
heart.
It's
The values.
It's shared
The heart is the
experience. It's
values, your
values.
morals.
Do you think language also has a factor in that?
Not absolutely, but it does play a role. We're proud
We're
that we're also Bisaya
Yeah.
on top of being Filipino.
English,
Is-
whatever you name it.
Speaking of that, haven't you noticed that Mindanao really did well this year?
Yeah, we did. We were talking. Kat was like, Bisaya tang tulo. And I'm like, yeah, Mindanao.
If my memory serves me right, parang we never had this much representation from
From
Mindanao in
Mindanao.
previous
Yeah,
year, no?
not in a single year, right?
Not in a single, yeah. You're right. You're not in the single year.
For Ligan, it's the first time winning Miss Globe. For Davao, it's the first time getting the international title. To have both of them
Siargao,
together,
same.
Siargao as
So it's the
well.
first time.
So to have all of us together, and it's a first for each one of our respective provinces, is really special.
Honorable mention, there was, I think, Glycel.
South Cotabato.
She was the first South Cotabato candidate for Binibining Pilipinas.
Yeah.
So in a lot of ways, it was
There's a lot of firsts.
It was history making for
representation.
Mindanao. And we hope that this representation continues because we're supported by our governments and the people, the creative industry in Mindanao.
It's time to
Would
show
you-
people what Mindanao has to offer.
Yes.
Would you like to have like Binibining Pilipinas as a whole go to your provinces
I would love that.
Yes, especially for charity work.
Yeah,
I
do
would
something
love
that's
that.
in charity. That would be nice, no? Diba? Parang
I
it's
have ideas.
because it's a nice way of giving back din sa mga LGU that supported you, no?
Yeah.
Maybe like one day in Las Piñas, one day in Davao, or
A Siargao. A week in Siargao?
wait, one week in Siargao.
I-cover namin, samahan namin kayo sa Siargao.
What, naging 1 month na? Okay.
Competition in Siargao.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That would be fun.
That
no?
would be really
That would be
nice.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for Annabelle. Annabelle, how are you preparing now?
Yeah.
After you're fresh from your win, tapos lalaban na October ka ba?
Yes,
Yes.
October 15. Yeah, it's news to well, it was semi-news to me that the October 15 is the coronation day, and
Okay.
not the start of the pageant. So don't worry, I'm already starting to think about what we should do. I got a call from my designer, Sir Val Tagubad, a few days ago. Sabi niya, anong kulay gusto mo? Sabi ko,
Wow.
iisipin mo na natin, but I'll get back to you within this week.
Hinga muna.
Hinga muna a little bit. But yeah, I mean, obviously when you compete in the nationals, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. The victory is obviously very hard fought and still will always come as a surprise. Parang, gumanon ba ako? Kung hindi naman surprise din sa akin at the end of the day. So, at the same time, you don't want to jinx too much. But at the same time, you still have a little bit of an idea on what you would do. And especially me in this case, I always said that I'd be the luckiest woman in the world if I got to represent the Philippines twice. And God really answered this prayer, and I'm gonna make the most out of it. So slowly but surely, I'm already thinking about things, letting it cook for this week. Yeah.
Me for Katrina. So in a pageant trend na
Pageant trend?
comebacks,
Pageant trend?
in a trend of comebacks, pageant comebacks and second chances. So what do you say about rare second chances and for people having the opportunity to win it the second time?
Yeah, well, something that was on my mind when I joined this time around was something that was always brought up to me was my age.
Yeah.
And I have not said it outright to BPCI, but I guess I'll take the time now. I'm very grateful. That was a doubt that I had in my mind that maybe I shouldn't go after my dreams because people said I was too old now already. I personally, I don't think you can limit yourself based on age. I think we each peak at our own time, and in 2023 that was not my time. I was not the woman that I wanted to be. I was not necessarily the woman that I wanted to be when I represented the Philippines. I was not there yet. And I'm very grateful because, as Sergi was saying kanina, there really isn't a prototype. Because if there was a prototype, then we'd be looking for girls under the age of this. But the fact of the matter is the fact that I was given the chance and I was given this title just means that it is open for anyone, that you are able to chase after your dreams and rewrite the narrative, even if you don't necessarily fit that mold. If I had listened to what other people were saying, and I mean, even in 2023, when I was 25, people were saying I was too old. So if that was the case,
Wow, really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So if that was the case, I wouldn't have been first runner-up. I wouldn't be here now. I think it's really just a testament to the fact that yes, there will be naysayers out there. People will always have opinions, but if you're strong enough in your truth and you know what you want to go after, if you have purpose and you're willing to go after it, then nothing can stop you. And I really hope that and I really hope that people don't let other opinions stop them from going after your dreams, because I have been told so many things so many times. I'm too this, I'm too old, I'm that. Okay, yeah, that's fine, that's their opinion, but at the end of the day, I feel like I have something to offer and I want to be a part of something bigger. And I'm really thankful. Thank you, Sergi. Thank you, BPCI.
A question. Did you get a chance to ask advice sa reigning Miss International?
She was so sweet. Oh my goodness. She is one of the most humble queens I've ever met. She's, right? I see Sir Leroy nodding. She is so sweet. She just kept telling me I was so beautiful and that I did a really good job. So of course that meant the world coming from her. And she said that anytime I wanted to ask for advice, she was just a message away. So I'm looking forward to being in touch with her. And of course I'm very grateful because I've seen, this was brought to my attention the other day, I have seen Jasmine Selberg, I've seen Andrea Rubio, now I've seen the reigning Miss International. So to see all the 3 recent Miss Internationals has been so surreal. I mean, that's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So to kind of take from the conversations that I've had with each of them has kind of given me a well-rounded thought of who a Miss International should be. So I'm looking forward to connecting with more of my Miss International sisters and putting my best foot forward.
How about you, Anneke?
Yeah, first globe. How was that? I'm sorry?
Have you talked to the reigning Miss
Oh, I haven't talked to Diana yet, but maybe that'll change tonight.
That'll change today.
Maybe that'll change tonight. But I did get a chance to. Go on. I did get a chance to talk more with our very own Maureen Montaigne on stage. She was the one who announced that I won. She was the one who called number 7, and after we had our official photos taken on stage, she approached me and she said, "Hey, anytime next week, my treat. Let's catch up." And I'm really looking forward to that lunch date. Yeah, very appreciative, very grateful. Yes, and Binibini Sisterhood is very alive and kicking.
Yeah, for sure.
What is the first fun thing you ladies did after you won?
Took off the heels. Yes, that's the first fun thing.
And
First
then
fun thing, ano?
we ate alone. Like I ate
Kahit
one
talaga?
after.
No, wait. That's not the first fun thing. After after they called 7, and I'm like, oh, it's me, finally. And then I was crying, and then I did this weird
Yeah, I
play.
saw that. It's in the video.
Yeah, so me and my boyfriend had a video call the night before the pageant, and he said, can you do our signal when you win a crown? When you win the crown. So I was like, yes, Globe, it's finally here, it's finally here.
And
So
then-
that's when I remembered, oh yeah, so I gotta do this, and I did a little wink, a little shout out to my boyfriend. Yeah.
Aww.
We really
Sana
were hoping for
all.
this. Yeah. That's the first fun thing. Kayo.
Kaya, ano yung mga
First
ibang fun nyo?
I was actually supposed to go mini golfing with my dad last night.
Oh.
So, but that didn't happen. So instead, we just had a chikahan session na lang. So I would say that was fun. What about you? What did you
For
do?
me, because my parents, they are based in Kuwait.
Do you have something?
Yeah, chocolate a little bit. You're in the middle, babe.
Alam kayo, nakakamera kayo.
God, please go ahead first.
Ay, okay na to. Okay na to, you're good na.
One left.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Okay, let me actually look at the camera.
Maybe you wanna go first?
Oh yeah, I ate a lot. And then
Ano yung kinain mo?
what did I? We
I'm
went to
thinking
the
again.
owner's circle and then we ate like food. Ano ba kinain? Carbonara, I think. Carbonara. And I drank some drinks, and then after that, I talked to my parents. And that was really nice.
Okay.
Okay, so my parents are based in Kuwait, and so a funny backstory is that my parents weren't. At one point, they weren't even able to attend the coronation night because my dad is a foreigner. He's an Egyptian, and the visa wasn't coming out on time. And so what my parents did instead was, our daughter is binibining Pilipinas. They said that to the embassy, the Philippine embassy, and they were like, what? So it was expedited. Like my dad's visa was expedited, and it was given to him that same day.
Wow.
So that's the backstory. And then the fun thing I did was hang out with my parents. So the first time I saw them was during the national costume presentation when you all were already there. I didn't expect that there would be so many people already. And my parents were right in front of me crying. So fast forward to the fun thing naman. I got to see them after the show, and I was like, why did you cry like that? What was that about? Because I ended up crying too.
Yeah.
Nasa harap pa nga ako. And then, yun, we just had a few chats about how everything went, how they were proud of me and things like that for this being my first time. And that I'm so excited to learn more from these women. So despite my parents being abroad, I feel like I have a family here too.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
You're a vibe.
So next time na pala that we apply for visa abroad, we just mention, from Binibining Pilipinas so to get approved.
To our blogger friends, maybe you also would like to find out or ask a question during their journey. Ano yung pinaka-memorable sa kanila? Especially members of the Pilipinas. They didn't know each other. Yeah, they magkakahap, they know what there's 30 of them. The first one who you'll be familiar with is your katabi. Kunyari, if you're number 1, you're gonna be friends with number 2 and so on and so forth. And maybe you'd like to know what memorable sa kanila, sa journey nila. At one point, nag-gel yung friendship and their samahan because this is, to me, this is one of the, hindi ako na-attach basta-basta sa ganitong batch. It's so hard to be the authoritarian, to dispense instructions, and to be the disciplinarian. But these girls, these women are different. We can have a conversation about anything smart. And then we will talk about something shallow and funny. And then we will talk about, and then we will talk something about financial literacy. It's true. So the depth of their knowledge, their reach at a young age is quite remarkable. So we've spent time together. If there's an opportunity for me to keep on digging deeper and to find ways to get to know each one. So that way, we you get to know each other on a level where you can really gauge their entire personality, their willingness to learn, not so much on compete because it will come in, nasa sa kanila na yun. But their ability to, how do you say that? To have that be socially, that pakikitungo, how do you say that in English? Yung pakikitungo with other candidates is one quality that they truly have. Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing batch.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This is so
So now, sagutin niyo yun, yung mahabang yun.
Laon yun, di ba?
It's fun, yes.
It was hot.
How,
It was
how lang sila sa
burning.
laon yan, sir?
3
days.
days.
Yes. Parang yung ginawa natin was supposed to be for a week, but we compressed it.
3 days.
Oh, shoots and
It's
the
burning hot.
But it was very memorable.
Yeah.
Ikaw naman, Scotty, ambag ka.
Yun yung kanilang memory, gumagano na.
Yeah.
Trying to-
It's hard to pick one
You wanna
moment
go
eh.
back.
Actually, yung most fun memory mo.
The whole audio thing was only about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And we spent 3
3
days.
days.
Yeah.
The part there was nagkakilala na tayo.
Yeah, that's so true.
Ito daw si Jay.
So sino yung best friend nyo sa batch? Yung sa sisterhood ng Binibini that would bring you back to this La Union memory that you ladies have. Yung best friend nyo, I mean, wag yung katabi, yung totoong na-build up on the final screen. Pero pwede naman yung katabi, di ba? O yun.
You have to start.
Is there just one?
Hindi. Kahit
Kahit naman
Everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone, yes. We're very close talaga.
Yeah, walang masyadong click. Kasi hindi naman maiwasan na may click, di ba? Or may little groups that will form. Pero hindi
Kasi
din eh. We could, yeah, that usually is the case, you know. Kung malapit yung number mo, usually kayo talaga ang...
Kasi malagay sa pila, magkatabi kayo. sa
Right.
upuan.
Pero
We're
kahit
close also.
tatawid kami sa ibang table, we can still get on and really have engage in a conversation.
So overall, talagang very positive.
Overall, very
Yes.
positive. All the road trips going to La Union
To La
and
Union.
back, nagkakantahan kami. Somebody who was the one who bought the portable karaoke. Very Pinoy.
Oh my God.
Sino ngayon?
Alyssa Ray.
Yeah.
Ay,
So,
si Ray pa daw.
pass the mic lang, gano'n.
Yeah, we were like singing karaoke going back from La Union. So it was very fun.
So you were singing?
Yeah, we were singing.
Sige, sample.
Ayun po.
Sample kayo.
Sa likod ako.
Baka may tiyak na, baka may tiyak na daw kung ano magsisipa. Charot.
Sample ano ba?
Ha? Just,
That's good,
I don't
yeah.
sing professionally naman eh.
She has a
Yes,
really
she
nice
has a really
voice.
good
God, beta talaga.
Or kumikanta
Bakit yung talent portion niya sa Miss
supporters
Globe?
mo at this time? Ano yung kumikanta kang i-offer sa fans or sa supporters mo? Ano yun? Kantahin mo na.
Gosh, what song? Ito yung matagal ako sa Karoy kasi parang ano ba gaganta yung... sige, ito na lang.
Taylor Swift.
No.
Guys, don't you think she looks like Taylor Swift?
Kaya sabi na,
I swear, there's, I don't know. We were talking about it earlier kasi sorry.
Umbrella na. Sige. When the sun shine, we shine together. Told you I'd be here forever. Said I'd always be your friend. And I'll stick it out to the end. Now it's raining more than ever. Know that we'll still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella. You can stand under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, you can. Yeah, masama lang guys. Having my back.
Kayo tatlo ngayon, yung susunod.
Yan yung part namin.
Backup dancer.
Featuring.
Yeah, we remember na kung nga pala walang talent.
Walang talent this
Binibini
year.
this year. Pero that was a very good song. Yung meaning and everything.
Yeah.
Pero ngayon, nag-start ang umulan.
Rain or shine, thank you for being with me, supporting me. And I thank you. Charot.
Go, Jay.
I have a question for all of you ladies. Ano yung pinaka nahirapan kayong segment sa Binibining Pilipinas? during that coronation night? Except for the yung last part for the crown.
At the agony of waiting before the crowning event, huh?
No, that wasn't even.
Oh, the agony of waiting talaga yun.
When Mike see you na, Mike
Pero
see you.
Oh my God, for us it
Mike
felt
see you
so
this-
long backstage.
It was Maxine.
How many minutes?
How many
Mike
minutes?
No, before hours.
Sometimes it lasts for
Before
hours.
hours.
Felt like 30
before
minutes.
we break the 12 hour, I mean the midnight to the
Midnight,
next
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
that time there was like more than 30
Dear.
minute wait for the
hours
deliberation. Yeah, sila yung nakaranas ng 2 hours.
Just
And
kidding.
Minutes.
Minutes. So,
Minutes.
Minutes lang.
It was fast. It was
Mga
fast.
siguro mga 20.
Yeah.
20 this year.
I wasn't even sure.
When was the 2 hours?
They have to sink in what's happening inside the Coliseum to the left.
Yeah.
To the-
Last year it was
Last year it was
sorry.
like-
To the like an hour.
Live. To the left.
We have to
An hour?
And they had difficulty choosing the
Finish.
goods.
They have
It
to
finished before 12.
to the long.
Okay, sige.
I think 2018 was one of those years na mahaba.
2019.
Anyway,
2019 was the
What is
longest.
the hardest challenge or part of the Binibini Pilipinas segment?
Okay, well, after I answered my question, I think that was the hardest part because I regretted not continuing and not, saying what I wanted to say. So I think that was the hardest part here. Yeah. That's why I really need to improve a lot. Maybe in the future I can do better.
That's my
Yes.
That's a hit.
How about Annabelle?
Oh, the most. So, I guess I'd have to say, ironically, swimsuit. It's usually my favorite part, but I had this. I don't know. I don't even know. Med Club Diagnostics. I'll see you very soon. Kukunin ko yung premium nyo. Kasi I don't know. I don't know if it's a sprain or something. There's something in my right knee at the ripe age of 25. Ang sakit na ng right tuhod ko. And it's like something behind the kneecap. So I was like, shucks, I usually use my right knee for twisting, yung posing, ganon. So if notice na medyo na ganun ako.
Yeah.
Pumitik siya bigla when I was establishing like during the last like poses. And it's like this sharp pain and it's like stretches a little bit. So I'm like, I'll probably need a few rests. Usually if it's a sprain it goes away, right? But it's been here for like 2 months already. So it's like an on and
It was
off 2 months
adrenaline
thing.
pushing.
Yeah, yung dito sa right knee. It's nothing major. Hindi naman siya nagsiswell or bruise or anything, but it's
Tumitik
basta,
talaga.
med club, I'll see you soon. Yeah, yun lang. That was the only hiccup in the evening, I think.
Baka may torn ligament.
Hope na, hopefully na.
Huwag naman din.
Huwag naman. May disclose pa siya.
Oh my.
How about you, Katrina?
I would say, gosh, you know what? Just before it all started, I want to say there was a lot of, this is it. This is the last. I was really emotional actually during rehearsals. I feel like you saw me where I was trying to hold back tears just before we were gonna get ready because it sunk in that this is my last pageant. This could very well be the last time I'm ever on a stage, and if things don't go my way or if I'm not a part of the four, like this is the end of my pageant career. So, to have that, because I had always thought about it, but it was so far in the future. So to have that day actually be there was so surreal, and of course to have multiple things go wrong just before the show started, that definitely didn't help. So my faith was being tested for sure. But once the show started, I think it was more so just like, okay, we're gonna breeze through this. It was so fast, and at that point when we were done with Q&A, I was like, I felt this huge relief because we had done everything that we could have done at that point, and it was out of our hands. It was whoever's destiny it was that night. So before it all started, that was the hardest part for me, getting ready.
For Dalia.
For me po, I'm sure you all heard how badly I wanted something and how big of a dream it was for me. But like for the Q&A part, obviously, about the Q&A portion, because I did care very deeply about it, but at the same time, I realized that like what Ate said, like it's really about divine timing in your life. It's for you no matter how hard you try to push it, you know how hard you try to prove yourself. And like I remember Adam's caption that day, he was like, Dahlia was clearly taken aback by that question. Because what I was actually experiencing was I was listening to everyone's question, and it was the topics were quite similar, like politics, LGBTQ. These are topics that I love talking about. And so every time I would hear that question being asked to somebody else, I would be literally mouthing what I wanted to say. So the hardest part was not getting a question related to some of my favorite topics and like getting shocked by designing a dress.
Very personal.
Yeah, and then I just tried to inject something that I really wanted, but at the same time, I just wanted to show how much I cared in a way, and it's just beautiful to see someone more like capable of going for it all the way, really hard, power through it. I'm really happy and excited for you and your journey out there, because it's my first time, and honestly, I feel like I wouldn't be ready. I wouldn't really be ready, and like you've all been a part of that journey, seeing me like almost trip or do a front hair flip during that preliminary, and I learned I learned my lesson, right? So there's still so much for me to learn, and I'm really excited to showcase more of my Q&A skills maybe in the future.
So you're not closing doors, Kai and ano?
We are not.
Not yet.
I
Not
think
yet.
the doors are very much open.
Very much
I think we're
open.
very young and we have a lot to learn, so we're very open to it.
So, last question?
Last question.
Last question?
Last question.
Okay.
Wala na po, sige po. Group photo na po tayo.
Group photo.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Group photo muna tayo, hawak natin.